Listen carefully. You don't win by chasing. You win by choosing calm. Every time you chase, you're telling the world, my peace depends on you. You're handing your power away piece by piece, hoping someone else will return it. But the truth is, peace isn't something you get from others. It's something you protect within yourself. The moment you stop begging for attention, stop explaining your worth, and stop trying to make someone stay, something powerful happens. The energy shifts. Suddenly, you're not the background noise in someone's life. You become the signal, the rare, steady, unshakable presence they can't ignore. Because calm energy stands out. It's magnetic. When you stop chasing, people start to wonder why. They check their phone, not because you reached out, but because the silence feels unfamiliar. Your absence starts echoing louder than your words ever did. That's what real detachment is. Not anger, not indifference, but clarity. It's understanding that you don't have to move to be powerful. You don't have to speak to be heard. You don't have to beg to be valued. When you let go of the need to control how others see you, you begin to see yourself more clearly. You realize that peace is not passive. It's strength under control. It's the decision to stay grounded when everything around you tries to pull you back into chaos. And that's where true attraction lives, not in chasing, not in proving, but in being still and letting your calm speak for you. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 7 simple lessons that will turn your calm into power, your silence into strength, and your detachment into the reason they start chasing you. Lesson 1. Calm first, answers later. When emotions take control, logic disappears. You say things you don't mean, make choices you later regret, and feed the very chaos you're trying to escape. That's why the strongest move you can ever make isn't to react. It's to pause. When that text pops up, when your chest tightens, when your thoughts start racing, don't try to fix it right away. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't need to prove a point. You don't owe anyone an instant reaction. Just stop, breathe. Let silence do what panic can't. Think of your mind like a snow globe. When life shakes it, when you're hurt, confused, or angry, everything inside starts spinning. You can't see clearly through the storm. But if you set it down, if you stop shaking it and let time do its job, the flakes settle. The picture becomes clear again. That's what calm does. It clears your vision. Because the truth is, you never make good choices when your heart is loud and your mind is foggy. You make them when you've slowed down enough to hear yourself think. Calm isn't weakness. It's strength under control. It's not pretending you don't care. It's choosing not to let emotions make decisions for you. It's saying, I'll respond when I can do it with peace, not panic. Every time your mind wants to react, take one deep breath before you do anything. Feel the air go in. Feel it leave. That's you reclaiming power. That's you telling your emotions, I'm in charge now. So, say it out loud, slowly and with intention. I choose calm over panic. Because that sentence becomes real the moment you believe it. And before you answer any emotional message, whether it's a text, a post, or a call, give it time. Wait at least one sleep cycle. Let your body reset and your emotions settle. Tomorrow, you'll see what deserves your attention and what was just noise trying to steal your peace. Lesson 2. Close the open door. People don't always leave for good. Some just drift in and out of your life because you've never actually told them the door is closed. They know they can text when they're bored, call when they feel lonely, or show up when they need comfort. They take your kindness as availability, not as value. And as long as the door stays open, they'll keep wandering in whenever it's convenient, and leaving just as easily. That's not love. That's access without effort. It's emotional laziness disguised as connection, and it keeps happening because you haven't drawn the line. not for them, but for yourself. Closing the door doesn't mean you hate them. It means you've chosen self-respect over repetition. It means you're done being the emotional safety net for people who disappear the moment you need them. It's not about building walls to keep everyone out. It's about setting boundaries that let the right people in. A wall is built from fear. A boundary is built from clarity. It says, you can come in, but only if your presence brings peace. No more late-night calls that drain your spirit. No more maybe plans that keep you waiting. No more half-love that leaves you empty. You still have a home, warm, open, full of heart. You're just not letting anyone walk in and rearrange the furniture every time they feel like it. So from now on, treat your energy like your house. Not everyone gets a key. Not everyone deserves an invitation. And the ones who knock without effort, let them stay outside until they learn how to knock with respect. Say it slowly and mean it. My energy is invite only. Let that become your filter. Now take a few minutes and write 3 rules that protect your peace. Decide who gets fast replies and who doesn't. Choose which conversations you'll no longer have, the ones that drain, confuse, or go in circles, and make a quiet promise to yourself about who you'll meet halfway and who you'll finally mute for good. Because the moment you close the wrong doors, the right ones stop getting crowded, and that's when peace finally feels like home. Lesson 3. Be the lighthouse, not the lifeboat. When someone you care about starts to pull away, it's human nature to want to chase after them. You want to explain, to fix, to prove that you're worth staying for. You tell yourself, if I just try a little harder, they'll see my value. But that kind of thinking traps you in emotional quicksand. The more you move, the deeper you sink. You become the lifeboat, always rowing towards someone else's storm, burning your strength to save people who may not even want to be saved. You take on their pain, their confusion, their silence. You throw out life jackets that never get caught. And in the process, you forget that you were meant to sail your own waters. A lifeboat keeps chasing, and sooner or later it sinks, not from lack of love, but from exhaustion. Now imagine being a lighthouse instead. A lighthouse doesn't move. It doesn't plead. It doesn't lower its light just to get attention. It simply stands, tall, calm, and unwavering. It shines whether the sea is calm or violent. It doesn't chase the ships. It guides them. And those who are lost will always find their way back when they're ready. That's the energy of detachment. It's not that you stop caring. It's that you stop over-caring. You stop trying to be someone's reason to heal. You stop rescuing people who keep jumping back into the same storm. Your peace becomes your direction. Your stillness becomes your strength. And your consistency becomes your message. People are drawn to light that doesn't flicker. They notice calm that doesn't break. They respect energy that doesn't beg. The moment you stop chasing is the moment others start noticing your glow, because it's rare. So, when your heart screams, go after them, whisper back, no, I stand. Because strength isn't running after what left. It's believing that what's meant for you will recognize your light without needing a rescue. Say it and feel it. I stand. I don't chase. Let that become your anchor. Then, pick one thing that strengthens your inner light, something small, consistent, and sacred to you. Maybe it's a morning workout, a page of journaling, a quiet prayer, or a few minutes of silence before the day begins. Protect that habit like your peace depends on it, because it does. The brighter you shine from within, the less you'll ever need to chase what's outside. Lesson 4. Scarcity speaks louder than words. Here's something most people never understand. When you give yourself away too easily, people stop noticing you. What's always there fades into the background. It's human nature. We stop valuing what's constant because we assume it will always be there. Every time you text first, explain too much, or try to prove your worth, you teach people to take you for granted. You turn your voice into background noise, and eventually they stop listening, not because you aren't valuable, but because your value became too accessible. So stop giving endless explanations, stop leaving emotional breadcrumbs just to be seen, stop posting quotes hoping they'll notice your pain between the lines. You don't need to remind anyone you exist. Your silence already says everything they need to hear. People don't chase what's easy to reach. They chase what's rare. They crave what they thought they could replace, but couldn't. The moment you pull your energy back, the balance shifts. What they used to ignore becomes what they start to miss. Understand this: silence isn't a game. It's grace. It's quiet confidence. It says, I don't need to perform for love or attention. When you stop reacting, you give people space to feel your absence. And trust me, they will. Your silence becomes a mirror that forces them to see themselves and realize what they lost. It's not about punishing anyone, it's about protecting your peace. You're no longer proving your worth to those who didn't see it. You're living in it. That's what makes you powerful. That's what makes you rare. Because when something rare disappears, that's when it's finally remembered. When someone who was always available goes quiet, that silence rings louder than any message ever could. So don't break the silence to make a point. Let your distance speak. Let your calm confuse. Let your growth whisper everything they once ignored. Say this slowly and believe it. I don't explain value. I live it. Then commit to your 14-day no contact, no performance rule. No messages, no just checking in. No social media hints. Just quiet, steady focus on you, your goals, your health, your peace. Because when you return, you won't need to say a single word. Your results, your glow, your calm will do all the talking. And that's the kind of silence no one can ignore. Lesson 5. Replace waiting with building. Waiting is the slowest way to lose yourself. You sit in the same place, replaying the same memories, checking your phone for signs that never come. You tell yourself, maybe they'll realize. Maybe they'll come back, but while you wait, the world keeps moving, and you stay still. Here's the truth. Waiting is a full-time job with no pay. It drains your energy, steals your focus, and gives you nothing in return. You don't get stronger by waiting. You don't heal by scrolling through their updates. You don't grow by replaying what went wrong. You only rebuild when you stop staring at the door that closed and start walking toward the ones still open. So stop waiting, start building. Build your body, because strength isn't just physical, it's emotional armor. When you feel strong, you move differently. Build your mind, because peace comes from clarity, not confusion. Learn things that help you understand yourself better. Build your money, because freedom feels far better than being noticed. Nothing replaces the calm that comes with stability. Build your mission, because purpose shrinks pain. When you have something to wake up for, heartbreak can't hold you down. And above all, build your peace, because without it, nothing else lasts. Peace is the foundation where every kind of strength begins. The more you build, the less space waiting takes up. The chair they left empty stops looking like a loss and starts looking like a lesson. You'll look back one day and realize you never needed them to come back to feel whole. You became whole by moving forward. Closure doesn't come from conversations, it comes from motion. You don't find peace by asking why. You find it by saying, what's next? So, say it out loud and mean it. I move my story forward. Now, make it real. Create your 3x3 plan. Simple, clear, and powerful. 3 health habits to keep your body steady. Move, hydrate, rest. 3 skill goals to grow your mind. Learn, create, improve. 3 money moves to secure your future. Save, build, invest. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until Monday. Start now, even if it's small. because every step you take toward building your life makes you harder to replace, harder to forget, and impossible to ignore. Lesson 6. Let results do the talking. People can argue with what you say, but they can't argue with what you've become. You can explain your side, defend your worth, and tell your story 100 times, but some people will never hear you until your results make them listen. That's the beauty of silent growth. When you stop talking and start transforming, the conversation ends. Your energy shifts from explaining to executing, from proving to producing. And that's when everything changes, not just how others see you, but how you see you. Progress doesn't need an audience, it doesn't need applause. Progress doesn't shout, it shows. You'll notice it first in the small things. Better skin, because peace has replaced stress. Better sleep, because you're no longer replaying old memories. Better focus, because you've stopped giving energy to what drains you. A better bank account, because your mind is on your goals, not on who left. That's what real revenge looks like. Quiet, consistent self-improvement. Not the kind that needs to be seen, but the kind that can't be denied. So stop posting to prove you're happy. Stop leaving hints online hoping someone notices. Every time you try to prove you're healing, you reset the game. You feed their curiosity. Instead, let silence build your mystery. Let progress build your story. Let people wonder where your energy went. Because one day, your name will come up in conversation, and someone will say, "He's doing better. She looks peaceful. They've really leveled up." That's when your silence becomes the loudest message of all. Remember this truth. Your results are your receipts. Your habits are your argument. Your peace is your proof. Say it with confidence. My progress is my reply. No anger, no showing off. Just quiet work that speaks louder than any post ever could. For the next 30 days, keep score with yourself, not the world. Count workouts completed, proof of discipline. Count hours of deep work, proof of focus. Count money saved or earned, proof of direction. Count pages read or lessons learned, proof of growth. Don't announce it, don't seek validation, just build. Because the kind of progress that happens in private always makes the loudest noise in public. And when it does, you won't have to say a single word. Lesson 7. You choose who enters. Detachment isn't about shutting people out. It's about finally seeing things for what they are. It's not cruelty, it's clarity. You're no longer chasing love, attention, or approval. You've learned that peace feels better than being chosen by the wrong person. Detachment gives you something stronger than control. It gives you choice. When you reach this place of calm, you stop asking, "Will they come back?" and start asking, "Do they even deserve to?" Because if they ever do return, it's not your job to fall for their words. It's your job to observe their patterns. Apologies are easy. Late night, "I miss you" messages are easy. Promises are easy. But real change? That takes time, effort, and consistency. So instead of being pulled in by what they say, pay attention to what they do. Are they still unpredictable? Still selfish? Still bringing chaos into your peace? Or are they showing something new, honesty, maturity, and calm? Keep your standards simple and unshakable. Be honest or don't speak. Show effort or don't expect connection. Bring peace or stay at a distance. Because peace isn't a luxury, it's a filter. The moment someone disturbs it, they've already shown you everything you need to know. And you don't need to explain your boundaries, defend your standards, or make a speech about fake people. You just quietly close the door again, without hate, without noise. That's power. Quiet, controlled, graceful power. Your peace is your most expensive possession. Not everyone has earned the right to be near it. So stop giving out free access to people who haven't paid with honesty, effort, and respect. You're no longer standing outside someone's door waiting to be let in. You're the one holding the key now. And when you start choosing who enters, your whole life changes. The noise fades, the drama ends. What's left is stillness, space, and self-respect, the kind that doesn't break for anyone. Say it and feel it. Access requires peace. Write it down as a promise to yourself. I keep people who add calm, respect, and effort. Read that every morning until it becomes the rhythm of your life. Because once you start protecting your peace like it's sacred, something incredible happens. Life finally starts to feel peaceful for real. When emotions rise and your thoughts start racing, come back to these simple truths. They'll keep you grounded when everything else feels heavy. Control what you do, not what they feel. You can't steer someone else's heart. You can't make them love you, understand you, or treat you the way you treat them. But you can master how you respond. That's where your power lives, not in control, but in composure. True strength isn't loud or aggressive. It's calm, quiet, and steady. You own your choices. Life owns the outcomes. You can't control every result, and that's okay. You just have to make the best decisions you can each day, with patience, integrity, and peace. Life takes care of the rest. The moment you let go of what's outside your reach, peace starts to follow you everywhere. You stop forcing and start flowing. What you repeat, you become. Choose peace on loop. Every thought, every reaction, every habit is a vote for the kind of person you're becoming. If you repeat stress, you'll live in stress. If you repeat calm, you'll become calm. Over time, choosing peace stops being something you have to remind yourself to do. It becomes who you are. That's what Stoicism is really about. Not cold detachment, but unshakable clarity. Knowing that the only thing you truly control is yourself, and that's more than enough. If this message hit your chest, say it out loud. I choose calm. I choose standards. I choose me. Type calm first in the comments so it sticks, because repetition builds reality. Follow for more simple, clear, stoic power, the kind that keeps you grounded when life tries to pull you off balance. And remember this forever: the one who stands firm is the one who gets noticed, not the loudest, not the one chasing attention, but the calmest, because calm is the new strength.